Alright, this is my follow-up video to the top 10 overrated fighters. I thought it was only right I do the top 10 underrated fighters. And I recently posted a TikTok on exactly this, and it kind of started blowing up, not blowing up, but it got like 50K views, and a lot of you were entertained by the conversation of who is the most underrated fighter. So based on your comments and who I really thought in my heart is the most underrated fighters, I made a list of 10 guys. And we're going to go through one by one and talk about why these guys are so underrated for really no reason. At number 10, I got Robert Whittaker. And hear me out on this. Robert Whittaker really was that guy in 2014 all the way to about 2018, something like that. This guy was an animal. He was on like a 9-fight win streak. And mind you, the only guy who beat him was a prime Israel Adesanya. Like, Israel Adesanya is the GOAT of that division. Some people will say it's Anderson Silva. I think that's cap. I think it's got to be Izzy. I think Dricus is putting himself in a great position to be the future GOAT, especially if he beats Khamzat. He already beat Izzy. He already beat Whittaker. Like, he's on an insane run, but let's talk about what I was saying. Robert Whittaker from 2014 to 2018 is an unmatched fighter. And then, like, he lost to Izzy, and he fights Izzy again after getting himself like on a 3-fight win streak. He beat Till. He beat, was it Damian Maia? No, I'm tripping. He beat Cannonier, and he beat Kelvin Gastelum. And he beat those guys, worked his way up to another title shot, got the rematch against Izzy and lost again. Like, Izzy's that guy, bro. And then when you look through the rest of his losses after that point, he only lost to Dricus and he only lost to Khamzat. And his most recent loss to Khamzat was kind of brutal. But before that, he beat Ikram, who was an undefeated, promising talent, and he fucked up Ikram. And that got him the Khamzat fight. Khamzat fucked him up. So, yeah, it puts him in a weird position. A lot of people underrate him. They don't really acknowledge the amount he's done at that division, just because he was never a guy who could beat Izzy. But then again, who the fuck was able to beat a prime Izzy? Nobody. So, yeah, I got Robert Whittaker at 10. At number 9, I got Yuri Pasca. And hear me out. Fuck! I can't talk right, okay? Bear with me. I'm an idiot. Yuri Pasca is really one of the best fighters in light heavyweight history. And that's hard to say because the guy has only been in the UFC for 7 fights. But the guy does not lose unless it's Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is like this guy's fucking biggest nightmare. He's had great fights. The thing about Yuri is he's a rising champion. So he came into the UFC already like kind of like Kai Asakura. Not immediately a title shot, but he was able to bring all that hype over to the UFC, and a lot of people had expectations of him doing great things, which, you know, he did nothing but do that. The thing about Yuri is he's so exciting too. You know, you can always expect a KO or a submission or an exciting fight, you know. Yuri does not go the distance. That's the one thing about Yuri. That fucker doesn't quit, and it's amazing. I love Yuri personally. I think he's hilarious. I think, you know, the broken English he speaks in makes everything he does like 10 times funnier too. And yeah, you know, like his first 3 wins in the UFC were against Volkan Ozdemir, Dominic Reyes, and Glover Teixeira. And then he had the Alex fight, and he's champ and loses to Alex. And it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? He fought Rakic, who was a promising fighter at the time, which is, at the time, was like 2 years ago. KO's Rakic, gets another Alex fight. This is his moment. Gets flatlined again. Alex is just too fucking good. And then since then he fought, who did he just fight? He fought Jamal Hill, and he KO'd Jamal Hill. Bro, the guy always KOs. He's 5-2 in the UFC, former rising champion. I feel like a lot of people underrate him, don't realize how good he really is just because Alex Pereira is ahead of him in the rankings and he keeps losing to Alex. Like, I would love to see Alex and him get a 3rd fight. I know it doesn't really make sense because he already lost to the guy twice, but, you know, there's anybody else I think Yuri beats. I guess we get to see maybe him versus Olberg. That'd be entertaining, but yeah, Yuri really is that guy. So I fuck with Yuri. I think he's got to be in that conversation for underrated fighters. Number 8, I got Tyron Woodley. And he could be higher up in the list, you know, he's definitely underrated. And people forget, like 2014 to 2018, Tyron Woodley, he's gross, bro. Like he was 6-0 or 6-1 because he had that one draw to Stephen Thompson, got it back in the rematch, and he was a beast, bro. Like he beat Kevin Gastelum for that title shot, and that was a close fight, but he won the fight. And then look at this, he beat Lawler, he beat Thompson, he beat Maia, he beat Darren Till, and then he loses to a peak Kamaru Usman. And it's like, bro, what are you gonna do? Kamaru Usman, he's the welterweight goat. Him and GSP are in that conversation. Kamaru Usman really was that guy back then. And then after the Usman loss, he just kept losing. He finished his career 0-4. And like, you know, I think what really put a bad stain on his legacy and like the way people remember him is him taking the Jake Paul fight and getting knocked out by Jake Paul. You know, that wasn't a good look. And overall, I think Tyron is definitely an underrated fighter who's really good. And yeah, he's definitely got to be in this conversation. Number 7, I got Balam Muhammad. And Balam Muhammad, you know, he's got to be the most underappreciated champion of all time. Like on the TikTok I did, everybody was blowing that shit up saying Balam Muhammad, #1 most overrated, underrated, all this shit. And it's like, I get it, bro. He was underrated. And he had to take the long path to get the belt. Like he really took the long path. He fought some fucking killers. You know, like from 2019 to 2024, he was on a crazy win streak. It was like 11 straight wins, and it was against very tough guys. Like in those 11 wins, it was right after the no contest against Leon Edwards, where I honestly think if that fight didn't have the eye poke, he would have lost that fight. But it doesn't matter because he fought Leon Edwards later down the line and wins. He beats Damian Maia, Stephen Thompson, Vicente Luque, Sean Brady, Gilbert Burns, Leon again for the belt. Like he was on a crazy streak, you know. I thought he would have been able to defend the belt a couple times, but you know, I think he was trying to make a point that he's good on the feet against JDM, and he just isn't. He did shoot a good amount of takedowns, so you gotta give, you know, JDM credit for stuffing them. And yeah, you know, like Bilal's definitely an underrated and underappreciated fighter. Number 6, I got Henry Cejudo, and we gotta talk about Henry Cejudo, bro. Like he's a double champ, and in around that 2016 to 2021, like 2016 and 2020, that 4-year period, Henry Cejudo was the fucking guy. Not to mention he's a former Olympic champion. Like Henry Cejudo really is underrated. He went back-to-back losses early on in 2016 against Demetrius Johnson and Joseph Benavidez, who were the best guys in that division. And the Benavidez fight could have gone either way. Like that was a very close fight. I think it was a split decision. And then after that, he goes on like a 6-fight win streak from 2017 to 2020. Yeah, exactly. And then he became a double champ. Like he was really that guy, bro. And he was going through tough competition, like TJ Dillashaw, Dominic Cruz. Like he was fucking people up, bro. So yeah, you gotta give it to Cejudo. Cejudo really was that guy. At number 5, a guy I just said, Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius Johnson's a fucking beast, bro. Like, I think he holds, and he will forever hold, the flyweight record for most title defenses. He had 12 title defenses. Like, do you know how fucking nuts that is? 12 straight title fights, and to win all of them. And his first loss was to a peak Henry Cejudo, who is also an underrated fighter. Henry Cejudo's a beast, bro, and I said that. And after he took that loss, like, I wish a lot of fighters would do, like Cejudo, I wish a lot of fighters would leave when they're supposed to leave. And that's exactly what Demetrius Johnson did. After Demetrius Johnson lost that fight, he left. He left the UFC. He left after losing Cejudo. And sure, he still went to 1 and fought here and there. And it's not like it ruined his legacy, but like, I think he left on top the way you should. Like Henry Cejudo retired, and at that point when he retired, he was the fucking man. Why the fuck did he come back and fight? And now he's on this losing streak, and he just got eye poked by this Song Yadong, and it's like, fuck, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing this to yourself, bro? Just retire, relax, do the fucking pound for pound podcast. Like, stop. But whatever, that's a different conversation. And at number 4, I got Alesandre Pantosia. And I just think overall he's like super disrespected, like even by the UFC. I think when the UFC does the pound for pound rankings and has him at like 10 and has guys like Alex Pereira and other guys above him, it doesn't make sense to me at all, bro. He's defended his belt, like he's on a 7-fight win streak right now. 4 of those are title defenses, but do you realize the guys he's fighting, like Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno, Manel Kape, Alex Perez, like guys at their peak, and he's beating them decisively. Like, he's fucking gross, bro. Like, the Moreno was a split decision. That was a good fight. But, like, bro, all these other guys, like, he's fucking them up, bro. And now he's about to fight KKF, and I think he wins that fight, extends the flyweight win streak of title defenses. Like, bro, he's so slept on, bro. I feel like people disrespect how good he is and, you know, under-evaluate how legendary his run is. Like, I think there's only a couple guys left in that division. He clears out the division. He could go up to bantamweight and he deserves an immediate title shot. But yeah, that's a couple fight down the line. But yeah, I feel like Pantosia definitely got to be in the top 3. At number 2, okay, I fucked that up. He's number 4 actually, but he could be in the top 3. I didn't mean to fuck that up. But at number 3, I had to put TJ Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw, like, when you think of John Jones, like, a lot of people give him shit for the steroid shit, but not as bad as they did TJ Dillashaw. Like, TJ Dillashaw, like, as soon as he was caught for roids, like, people discredited him, you know, like, his whole run, and, like, it's like a lot of disrespect was thrown his way, but, like, the fact is TJ Dillashaw was in the conversation for bantamweight GOAT at one point or another. Now he's definitely not with Merab, and, you know, even you could even talk about Henry Cejudo or like some of these other guys, but TJ Dillashaw was really that guy, bro. And I feel like even now when people talk about the bantamweight division, they don't talk about him. You know, they'll talk about Aljo before him, they'll talk about Cruz before him, but yeah, TJ Dillashaw was so fucking entertaining, bro. And yeah, I feel like I had to mention him. And at number 2, I got Aljamain Sterling. And I think people forget the run he went on, bro. From 2018 to 2023, right after he lost, I think, to Marlon Moraes, he went off, bro. The guy went fucking off. And he beats Corey in a number 1 contender fight, and then he fights Jan for the belt. And he didn't want to win the belt the way he won the belt, in a disqualification with him getting kneed in the face on the floor. Like, that's not the way he wanted to win the belt. You could see it in his acceptance speech. Like, he was crying, bro. He didn't want that fucking win on his record like that. He wanted to win right. And then he had the rematch, and then he did. He beat Jan up, and it was a split decision. It was very close, and I feel like a lot of people hated Aljo just because of the way he won the first time. And for him to win the second time in a split decision, people really started disrespecting Aljo. But Aljo was really that guy, bro. And like, people want to discredit his run and how good he really was at his peak and how good his wrestling is. And I think what also made people really appreciate and underrate him was the way he lost to Sean O'Malley. Like, yes, he got starched by Sean O'Malley, but not to mention he didn't get one punch KO'd. He was on the ground sprawling on his back. He realistically, with him being such a good wrestler, he could have got a lock in on one of the legs. He could have moved around from that position. I'm not gonna say it was an early call, but it definitely could have been seen as that. I don't think he was out. I think he was able to continue. But yeah, even after that loss, bro, he comes back, goes up to the next division, wins against Calvin Kattar, who's not a bad fighter, and then he goes against Movsar Evloev, who's a beast in himself, the number 1 prospect in that division, undefeated, and gave an absolute war, like a masterclass performance. You know, that was like a wrestling masterclass, and that was a great fight. I think it could have gone either way. They gave it to Movsar, and now Aljo's in like a weird position. It's like, I don't know if he has a run in him to go win a featherweight belt, and it's like, he's so underrated, he's so underappreciated, and yeah, I just had to put him in the top 3. I definitely think he deserves to be number 2. And at number 1, I know this could go a bunch of ways in your guys' minds. You're probably thinking, who is it? And I think without question, it has to be Daniel Cormier. He could have been lower down the list. Aljo could have been number 1. A bunch of these guys could have been number 1. But man, the disrespect thrown on Daniel Cormier's name it's like, I feel like people see him too much as a nice guy nowadays and a fat guy. and like they see the clips of him since he's a commentator, and they don't realize how legendary he actually was. Like, he was a fucking beast in his day, and he was a double champ. Like, there's only a handful of double champs ever, and I think people forget that. I think people forget how good his wrestling was. I think people forget that his only losses come to a prime John Jones when the guy has 10 years younger than him, and he lost both those fights to John Jones. One of them he was roided up, and he only lost to Stipe on his last 2 fights. So he's only lost to the heavyweight GOAT and the light heavyweight GOAT. Like, it's not like he's losing to fucking bums. He's never lost to anybody but John Jones and Stipe. So it's like, I feel like he gets disrespected a lot. I feel like people take his run and his legendary status way too lightly. I feel like him being a commentator has put a dim on his career as a UFC fighter. Like, people see him more as a personality instead of a fighter, and like this savage that we all once knew he was. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like he was deserving of the #1 spot. Him or Aljo, I couldn't really decide, bro. It was so up and down. Like, they both are so underappreciated. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this list. I think all these guys are super underappreciated. And the list goes like DC, Aljo, TJ Dillashaw, Pantosia, Demetrius Johnson, Henry Cejudo, Bilal, Tyron Woodley, Yuri Pasca, and Robert Whittaker. And I think that's a spot-on list, bro. And there's some names that you could throw in this conversation, like Dominic Cruz, maybe. Like, there's a bunch of names of guys who are underrated for sure, but I think these guys really just are disrespected by the UFC community. They have all the talent, they have all the accomplishments, but they don't get the respect. And that's basically what these guys are the epitome of exactly that. And yeah, I just think as UFC fans, we gotta respect some of these guys' runs. Like for example, Merab. Like, if you're not respecting the run Merab is on right now, it's just you're hating, because like he's too fucking good not to respect. And yeah, I thought this video would be a good follow-up since I did top 10 overrated. It's only right I do top 10 underrated. And randomly enough, I was at a card shop nearby my physical therapy, and I bought these boxes of like trading cards that are UFC trading cards. And I'm gonna open them up like right now, and I'll call my boy, since he does trading cards, he can tell me what's good. And we're gonna see if I get anything crazy. If I end up getting something good, I'll give it to you guys. Probably not the best thing, chill out. Like, if I pull like a 1-of-1 comms out, you're not getting that, I'm sorry. But yeah, right after this, you're gonna see a card opening shit that I never do, but I thought I should and change things up. So yeah, get ready for that, let's go. Alright, what's up guys? I told you at the end of the video I was gonna open some fucking UFC hobby boxes. These are 2021. This is probably nerdy to a bunch of you, but this shit actually could be huge. This is a 2021 iMac and 2021 Select. And for those who don't know, this is Khamzat Chimaev's here, and his market is fucking huge. So if I hit one of his cards, this shit could resell for a good amount. If you hear somebody else talking, it's my boy right here. There you go. He fucking Quebec.
Box, buddy. That's what they're all saying.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And he collects cards too, kinda. So he's on the fucking call to see if I hit something. And yeah, let's get into it.
Rabbi Shmuley.
Alright, first pack. Doesn't look like anything's in it. I get a silver. Piece of
Can we see the cards?
No, they cannot see the cards, but I'll hold it up. If I get something good, I'll hold it up. I got literally base and a silver rookie Bryce Mitchell. This pack, I got like some weird colored Chuck Liddell. Why did I waste money on this, bro? Why am I doing this to myself?
You're retarded, man.
Yeah, because I'm retarded. If you guys didn't hear, that's what he said on the phone. Next pack, I got a patch of Junior Dos Santos out of 149.
How much was that box?
Oh, next pack I got a gold. I got a gold in this pack. Holy shit. Okay guys, this is fucking, if this comes out to Chimaev, I'm paid. I'm big paid. Let me see. It's sideways. Oh my god, bro. I got fucked. Yair Rozenstruik. Gold to 10 on an insert.
He's not even in UFC.
Yeah, he's not even in the UFC. I got fucked. Blue rookie Bryce Mitchell to 49. Fucked.
I mean, you saw he's down the bantamweight now. He's gonna fight at 135.
Where? In the UFC still?
Yeah.
I did not know Bryce Mitchell moved to bantamweight. No. I haven't even pulled the autos yet. I got 2 autos coming. I got another gold, guys. I got another gold. It's a miracle. I don't know how. I just found another gold. If this is Khamzat Chimaev, I'd give away an $100+ card to one of you, because it's not going to be Khamzat. Oh, it says flyweight. I don't know who is a good flyweight. That's gold. I hope it's a rookie. Oh, that's fat.
What is it?
Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno, rookie gold.
What is that, $16?
That's fat. $16. That's got to be at least
Oh,
like...
it's a rookie. That's
Rookie,
hard.
bro. Gold. That's got to be like $500.
What year is that shit?
2021 is rookie year. I'll show you guys.
Oh, that's retarded. He's been in UFC since...
I hope it focuses. Bro, that's kind of fat. I'm not gonna lie. Let's keep going. We got 2 autos left in these packs. There's 4 packs. Low key pulling 2 golds. Pretty good. I got a shitter, guys. I got Jessica Andrade to 249. It's fucking terrible. Last 2 packs. 1 auto should be in these. Nope. I guess the auto's gonna be in the last pack. Alright. Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. I got a Dustin Poirier to 99. So I got basically just these 2.
Open the fucking Immaculate, man.
This is a big boy box right here. This is like $800. I think it was $750. So I basically fucking am praying to the fucking card gods I get something good. This shit only has like 7 cards inside. It says 6 UFC trading cards inside here. I think 2 autos, maybe 3. So yeah, this is an expensive ass box. Alright guys, this is what it comes in. Let me move on this shit. Alright, first card is a Korean Zombie to 65.
Yeah, shit.
Next card, Brandon Moreno, rookie to 99. It's a patch. Bro, give me something here. Oh my god. Next is Israel Adesanya to 99 patch. Bro, how many autos are in this? This better be an auto next. Oh my god. Next is to 99 Frankie Edgar auto. I'm terrified. After that, Chuck Liddell auto to 99. This is looking fucking dreadful, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's 1 more card. If this is a Khamzat, I'm gonna fucking break into the retirement home across the street and start throwing haymakers. Alright, let's go. Oh my god. Couldn't have been any worse of a rookie, bro. I saw a rookie, I got excited, and then they showed me Matt fucking Schnell to 99, rookie auto. Rookie patch auto, RPA. Yeah, I got fucked. Immaculate was fucking horrible. Like, terrible.
That's it?
That's it, bro. There's 6 cards. Never buy Immaculate. Never buy this 6 card bullshit, bro. This is why I don't buy this shit.
What the fuck?
Bro, that was horrible. That couldn't have gone any worse.
What year is that?
You know what? I'm so nice to my fans. This match now, I will give it away to one of you. But we gotta get like a legitimate amount of
The worst card out of the bunch.
My boy said you'll give away the worst card. Look, you know what? I'll be so nice as to give away any of the cards from the Immaculate. Any of these cards, the Chuck Liddell, the Frankie Edgar, any of them. Which, the Chuck Liddell's got to be a cool 100, maybe 200. But regardless, I'll give away any of these cards to anybody who comments. But we need to have over 100 comments and over 100 likes. If that happens, I will give away one of these cards. And, you know, I feel like that's a pretty good deal. So, all you have to do is fucking like and comment, okay? And, yeah, I don't know about pack opening. I just did that shit for fun. I never do this. So, if you guys fuck with this type of content at the end of the vids and want a chance to win a card or some shit like that, yeah, let me know down below and let me know what you guys thought about the video. But other than that, thank you for watching and peace.